Hey guys, and welcome back to Economics and Comics. I am super excited to bring you this video. This is me. 100% this is Economics and Comics. I am going to tell you how to do Comic-Con like a pro. I'm going to tell you secrets that not a lot of you know about and how to get through Comic-Con in the best way possible. Now, I get a lot of signed books. I've been doing this for years and years, and I learned a system because initially I'm going to show you everything right on this video. It's going to be great. You're going to see video, everything. This is a compilation to make it easy for you, okay? But also make sure to share this video, and if you like it and you get something out of it, comment, give me a like. But I had an X-Men collection that I built. It took me 10 years to build. It's complete. Every single book, the entire collection is signed. Some have multiple signatures on it and stuff like that. And I had to figure out a way to do it quickly. I mean, again, it took me almost 10 years to put every single book signed because a lot of the artists had passed away. So I had to find out which person on that book wasn't passed away, maybe a writer that was still alive, a colorist, something. Because every single book has a signature from someone that had something to do with that book, and that series runs 50 years, you know, or close to that. So anyway, I am going to tell you my secrets. And I've heard a lot of videos where people say, well, who's this artist and who's that artist? I don't know. What did that person do? I'm going to show you and tell you right now. So usually on a bigger con, you know, they do, I'm going to skip right to it. Here we go. So usually at a bigger con, like I'm planning already, it is now March, and the Comic-Con that I'm going to go to, which is going to be really good this year, thank God, finally, has a lot of artists and writers and movie stars. If you want to do that too, you can. I'll dip in that a little bit. But basically, this is about how to find out which artists do what, where you can locate them, and how to find your personal collection that you already have of books of these people that did. They wrote it or drew on it or whatever. So most sites, when you're going to Comic-Con, have something like this, okay? So what I'm going to start off, let's say, okay, these are like all the guests. You know, you got Frodo or whatever. You got, there's a bunch of actors. Oh, but look, there's, you know, Neil Adams, Dennis O'Neil. How great is this? Jerry Conway, it's going to be great. Roy Thomas is coming. So what I would do first is, let me move this camera. This little camera's in my way. Let me move this down like that and this down like that. There you go. I'm there. Okay, so go to guests. For me, it's comics. So I'm going to go click on comics and artists, okay? Okay. Here's everybody. Now, some people are like, well, what did Shelby Webb do? I don't know who Shelby Webb is, or who's Mike Kunkel, okay? But I'm going to make it easy. I'm going to start at the beginning. Roy Thomas. He's a very famous writer. Okay, so I'm just going to click on that anyway, because at the same time, it tells you certain things about him. It, you know, sometimes it updates. Oh, look, see, it says appearing Friday and Saturday. So I have a full pass for Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. So, okay, I'm not going to see him on Thursday. Maybe he'll be there, maybe he won't, but it's saying Friday and Saturday, okay? One quick tip I'm going to throw in before we really dig into this is that if you know a comic shop or people that are going to be at that event with a booth, ask them if you can get an exhibitor pass. And what an exhibitor pass is pretty much what it says. Exhibitor, they have something there, a booth or something. An exhibitor pass can get you in early. If you can get in early, you can be first in line. You can talk to these people before it gets overcrowded. Currently, I don't have one, but usually I do. But I already have my pass anyway. So, on a lot of these, even if it doesn't, most of the time it's going to say something, you know, about them. And he's written everything, X-Men and everything. So here's what you do. And here's a secret to the trade look, I consider myself a pro. Okay? I will battle. I don't care who it is on YouTube. I will battle you, and I will do a better Comic-Con than you. I promise. Bring it. Anyway, And now you're going to be able to too. So let's just start with Roy Thomas, okay? I'm going to show you a secret. Now, I'm at Google, okay? I'm going to type in Roy Thomas. And then I'm going to type in comic book database. Okay? Now, you can also just do DB, but I would suggest putting comic book database. Now, there are a lot of people that know about this, but I'm guessing most of the people that are watching this video right now do not know about it. This comic book database is the best thing on earth, okay? So here we go. Enter. Now, you see on the top it says Roy Thomas Comic Book Database. That's the one you want to click. You want it to say that. Boom. I don't know why this is in black and white and not in white. Very frustrating. That. And look, he's a writer, of course. But it has everything he's ever done. Everything. Look at all that. So just for fun, I'm gonna give you an example. We're gonna start at, what do you got? Amazing Spider-Man 1963. Okay. Boom. He did number 101, 102, 103, number 4. You can click on that. And boom, it even shows you the cover. See right here it says Roy Thomas, writer. So, you know he wrote that book. Okay? Now, again, it shows you all the issues. Now, most of the time, that list is complete, okay? Most of the time, that list, you see everything that they wrote. So, what I have done, and I've messed with my collection a million times over, I have my collection now in the back, A through Z. So, I can go directly to Amazing Spider-Man, and if I have 101, 102, 103, or 104, I pull it and I set it up. I set a little Roy Thomas section. Okay. Then I'll go back to the list, and I know it's time consuming, but you can go down the list. Oh, what else do I have? Oh, let's see. I have Avengers. Let's see. That's just Avengers. Here, Avengers 1963. Look at all those he wrote. Okay? So then I would go, you could look at the picture if you have to, but you can see all the numbers. And you just go and you pull them. Okay? And you put them in your little Roy Thomas area. Then you will section them off. Okay? Roy Thomas. I got all my books that Roy Thomas wrote. I'm going to try to get them all signed by him. Now, there's some people charge, some people don't, whatever. So let's look at the next person in line here. Oops. Comics and artists, okay? So, you can look at any of these guys. But let's just, for fun, if you're really trying to find out what these people are, you can look at Jeff Pena, okay? It says comic artist. Well, there's Dennis O'Neil and a bunch of other people. But Jeff Pena, let's use his as an example, okay? So, I'm going to go back out. Well, actually, you can search here. You can put Jeff Pena. And it's searching Jeff Pena. Click on it really fast to make sure. Let's see here. Most likely, that's him. Okay? But what's interesting is it shows that he was a writer, he's a penciler, he's an inker, he's a colorist. So there's a bunch of different things. So let's see. What did he pencil? Different things. Zombies versus cheerleaders, okay? Number 1. There it is. Was this Jeff Blake or Jeff Pena? That's really interesting. Oh, there it is. Story arc. There's multiple story arcs in this book. But there it is, right there. Penciler Jeff Pena, okay? So you can find that book and get it wrote. A lot of times what I'll do is, nowadays, I get everybody. Because I have a massive signed collection. So I will go down the list and find absolutely everybody. But the secret is that comic book database thing. Let's just do one more. Oh, this is great here. Let's do an artist, because this is important. You got Neil Adams, which is so great. Again, you can click on Neil Adams, and you can find out everything about him. You can find his times. He's going to be there all weekend long. Now, I personally know he's signing $50 a book, which is too much for me. But there might be one super book that I want to get signed for him. So I will go, and I will type in Neil Adams. Now, what's so great, Comic Book Database, I'm telling you, is the best site. The best. So you're going to click on Creators, Neil Adams. There it is. Writer. Look at all those books he wrote. Look at all the ones he did art on. Look at that. It's just non-stop, guys. Neil Adams is so huge. Inker. He's inked a Marvel and DC. What I like to do is I like covers. So I like covers. So I would say, ooh, Avengers. Or let's just say X-Men, okay? Because I've done this before with him. Let's see. X-Men, where are you? It would be, why wouldn't it be there? Maybe it's under Uncanny. $1963. That's weird that it says Uncanny. Should just say X-Men. So these are it. 56 through 63. So let's just pick one. 56. We've all seen that cover before. Well, I'm sorry. We might not have all seen it before. But that's a classic Neil Adams cover. And you would just go and you would grab it. Or you could go to the store and buy it. But look. Look above it. This is what's even better. Neil Adams, the artist, right? Cover artist and internals. But look right there. Writer. Roy Thomas. So there you go. You got a double signature. They're both at that Comic-Con. There's so many ways that you can do this. And this tells you everything about everything. Okay? So, next. Sorry. This is out of control. Back. Okay, I know this video is kind of all over the place. You set it all up. Okay? You look at the times. You write it down. You plan it so that if you have a full weekend pass, let's just say in regards to this, you have a full weekend pass. You can knock these guys out Thursday and Friday and just nonstop signing. Get a little cart with you, get a little short box, put them all in order, get them all ready. And what makes it even easier is if you take them out of the bags and boards. Now, if you're doing mass signings, then that's what you want to do, because you want to have a bag. Let's say a Silver Age bag with like 10 books in it or 8 books, and you close it and they're all in there without boards, because you don't want to be at the table unbagging and unboarding every one. Then you got to wait for them to dry, then you put it back in the bag of board. If you have them all together, artists like that you have them all out and ready to sign. So you give it to them and they're like bam, 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 bam. They'll put it off to the side so it'll dry. Do not stack the books on top of them after you're getting a signing. Give it a couple seconds each, okay? And some might say, ooh, you might damage the book in the process by not having bags and board. That is true, but if you're careful, you're not going to do that. So I like to bring a little short box with a little pull cart, and I have it all in order. I'm going to show you something else. So on a lot of these, they'll have, let's see, exhibitors, info, and facts. Let's look at that. Move my little dude over here a little bit. No, we don't want that. Oh, wait, here. Social media sponsors, press, fan forum, convention policies, exhibitors. Okay, here on this exhibitors thing. Oh, this is like let's look at exhibitor info. Okay, so basically it'll tell you the hours of operation, stuff like that. But you can get maps. If you look right, you can get maps. Let's just see what this says. Facility and location map. Well, a lot of times, let's see, because I'm early, okay? So let's just look. Sometimes it's going to say the booth number. I don't see it in here. Wait, let's see here. See what? What's very interesting about this is, and you got to make sure you study this, Roy will be taking donations. And when I got my signing, I cut him a check for $100 and I got a bunch of books signed. But he does Hero Initiative for autographs with a maximum of 10 per person. Although $20 if you want them witnessed and graded. But if you have more than 10, you can go through the line again with 10 at a time and just donate again. So what I would do is I would get there early. Most likely there will be a line, but on Thursday there's not going to be anybody there. If I have 20 to 30 comics of his, I'll say, hey, look, I'm just going to donate a bunch. Will you sign them all? There's no one here. And he will. Now, can a lot of these guys charge an arm and a leg? And this just keeps filling up. But let's see. I'm really interested. All these guys are great. Michael Golden's going to be there. There's Jerry Conway. That looks like they doubled up on that. I know Neil Adams. Norm Ratman's great. Most of these guys will sign. Dennis O'Neil. I'm super excited about this. It gives you a little basic. Let's see. Does it say anything about his price? Most of the time, later on, when you get closer, it'll tell you what booth he's going to be in. But let's just go ahead and search, just for fun, his stuff. Yeah? Okay. What did I do? I must have did it wrong. Did I spell it wrong? I might have spelled it wrong. Another thing, always ask them, hey, how do you pronounce your name? Some of these guys you just don't know, okay? Well, this is him. Batman, dude. Batman. Inker. He did one inker. Editor. Dang, dude, he's an editor. Cover artist. He did one. Lobo. So, I mean, he's a writer, okay? So, let's see. Let's just see. I know Batman, of course. Let's see Amazing Spider-Man, though. He wrote 207 through 221. Now, this is more in my range. I might have some of these, or I can find them, and they won't be too expensive. Let's look at 207, though. Denny O'Neil right there. So, again, you go through your books, and you find which ones you already have. And you put them together. Sometimes there's going to be multiple people, and you're like, oh my gosh. You might have to write little notes. Like I write notes. I'll get a bag, and I'll put them all in there, and I'll seal it, and then I'll put a note. Roy Thomas. And then I'll put it in the front of the box. And then I'll just keep going, until I'm all done. And what's funny is you'll get them all done. If you really bust your ass, you can get all your signings done. You'll have a short box full of signed books. I mean, I have multiple boxes of signed books. But you get all done. Then you get back home when you're all done and say, oh man, I forgot he didn't do this book. And so you go get that book. You will be doing it multiple times. But if you can organize all this correctly for signings, you can kill it at Comic-Con. You will be in and out. And then on the last couple days, if you have a full pass ticket, you can enjoy yourself. You can go shopping. A lot of people just go to People Look, cosplay, shopping. That's fine. But for me, I love my autographs and signatures. So, and I can get those signed and bring them back to you and be like, hey guys, here we go. I went and got them signed. I have some to sell, you know, and contribute that way. But it's a lot of fun. Let's just look a little bit longer. Now this is pretty interesting. They got old Billy D. That's my name, Billy D. Elijah Wood. I don't usually go for actors. I know a lot of people do, but you know, whatever. Let's just look at actors, TV and film. Billy D, Elijah, those are the big ones. And dude, it never fails. There's always a Power Ranger in there. Never, ever fails. Now you might find somebody, and this list is just going to keep on filling up. Look at that dude. That's a dude from the vampire movie and all that. Oh, man. I think Frodo is going to be absolutely one of the most popular people there, besides old Billy D. Because all the Star Wars fans. Voice actors cosplay. This is interesting. You got all the cosplayers. Let's see. Oh, I don't see my Alina Masquerade in there. Where are you, Alina? But there you are. So anyway, I think I kind of got off track. But basically, the comic book database is the best thing for you guys ever. If you don't know who an artist is or what they've done, you go there and you type in it. It's got everything. You put together a collection of stuff through your own collection. If you want to go out and buy a certain cover, that list will show you all the covers. Now, you can also do this. You can go Neil Adams, right? Google Neil Adams. Then you can go images. Or you can put Neil Adams covers on images. And you'll see all his covers. And be like, oh, I think I have that. Or you can go to the store and find, you can look at them all, just double check that he did them, okay? Because sometimes these are wrong. And you can go to the store and buy one or check your collection, okay? But the comic book database, I'm telling you, is the best thing ever. By far. And that is the ultimate secret if you want to know about artists and stuff like that. Plan ahead, guys. Take time out to plan ahead and plan your steps. The next step would be once everything's downloaded in the comic on the site, they're going to give you a map, and it's going to have booth numbers and names, and they'll put the numbers of the booths with these people, and you can plot it out step by step. Then you can organize it in your box. So when you get to them, it's number one. Boom, you pull out number one. Hey, you learned a bit about them. You can, say, okay, thank you for signing. I'll be back in a day or two or later to look at some original art or maybe get a piece done or talk to you more. But the biggest thing for me is to try to get the signings done the first 2 days. Because if you get into Saturday and Sunday, forget about it. Forget about it. And make sure that you're early so that you're in the door and you have the plan in your head how you're going to do it. I would say maybe just go for the majors first if they're there, because the other guys, and I'm not saying they're not majors, the other guys, their lines won't be as big, So I hope you guys enjoyed this little tutorial on how I kind of put together stuff. I'm going to be filming the process over the next couple months and make a video of that. I hope this helped you guys. I think it will. And besides that, I think I'm done for this episode. I'll bring more later. Okay? Have a good one.